All right, topic 3. Microsoft.
All right.
This is gonna be a fun one. Kick it off, Greg.
I mean, are you ready? Because I'm bringing the thunder. This is the
thunder.
one where I'm gonna turn heads and I'm gonna be right on a lot of this.
Okay.
Guess what's gonna happen? The developers from Supermassive will come out on stage and announce their next game, and it will have a window of Xbox exclusivity. These are the Until Dawn guys.
Yeah. Is it a sequel to Until Dawn, though?
No. New
don't think
IP,
so?
new game. We're coming out. We want. Oh no, Sony owns Until Dawn.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Go to the PlayStation conference. That's a fucking game that I want to see.
Until
Sure.
Dawn 2.
Yeah,
But how
okay.
about this
Until
though?
Dawn 2.
Supermassive. They said earlier that they, like a year ago, they wanted to go multi-platform. They wanted to reach more people. I think this is their chance to do it. I think Xbox has the money to throw behind it. Be like, hey guys, we're the ones who brought you Until Dawn or the horror game so many people like.
Yeah.
This is our new thing where it's gonna come here and it runs best on Scorpio.
Yeah, we're gonna hear that a lot.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Should we get into the hardware already? No, I'm not. I feel like I've posted too much of that stuff already. Sea of Thieves release date.
Yeah, that's a
Done.
good one.
Fucking better.
Done.
Necessary.
They have to get that game out
What do you think it is going to be?
earlier. Like
August.
I could say August. Yeah, August or September.
That sounds
Yeah.
good. That sounds good.
I think they just need to get that game out there. Like they need exclusive games. They need to pave the way for more exciting exclusive games. I think that's probably going to come up in the next little bit. And that's like part of the old thing that they just need to get it done. Get it out.
Yeah. Well, I'm not waiting to poach. I'm poaching. So I think they're gonna obviously give a price point for Scorpio. I think
What is it?
I think the base model is $449. Premium model up to $599.
Ooh.
It'll depend on hard drive size.
Okay.
The bigger the hard drive,
The bigger the
price tag.
That's what they say.
I think that $449 feels like a good price. They can't come in at $500 as their base model. It's too high. $400 is too low for them to make money on this. $449 feels right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But they will have a premium version for more expensive.
That's interesting. The idea of them because the messaging on Scorpios already is a little bit tough for them because it's like an iteration. So having an iteration on an iteration might be
Yeah.
a tough one for them to do. But that does sound
The teraflops
reasonable.
though.
Dem teraflops.
Oh man, it's all it's all about.
Flopping like
Todd
it's hot.
Howard's super excited about it.
Like it's hard.
My
That's going to be
prediction
their slogan.
goes in opposition to yours.
Oh. No Scorpio.
$400.
Okay.
$400.
November. It is called the Xbox One Elite.
Ooh.
Okay.
What do you guys think it's going to be called?
I think that's a nice guess. I think they're already using Elite for their
Oh, yeah.
the controllers, right?
Right.
No.
Right.
Which is why I think it makes sense. And especially the 360 Elite, there's legacy with it.
I think you're wrong about that $400 price point because it makes it like that. I mean, I just think you're wrong. But I think we're gonna get a name. It's not gonna be called Scorpio. We're gonna get an official name.
Yeah. To be fair, I think that your 450 makes a lot more sense because I think 500 is just too high for what this is and for Xbox's place in the market space right now. But I wouldn't have thought of 450 and I didn't want to change mine. So I'm sticking to what the prediction says because I'm a fair player. But 450, it sounds like such a weird number to put out there, but I think that
$449.
yeah, okay, you're right.
$449.99 suggested retail price.
I do think that it's going to be like my real safe prediction is that it's under 500 because, or else I think they're shooting themselves in the foot in a way that they can't.
All right.
So are you copying my prediction?
No, I'm sticking to the 400
Okay.
for the
That was
for the
a real,
sake
that
of
was
the
real
game.
Price is
Price is right
Yeah.
rules. Yeah.
It's like, do I want to get in on this train or do I want? Because I have Scorpio
Choo-choo.
prediction,
It's
right?
leaving the
But I had
station.
6 here. I think a lot of them are really good. I'm gonna skip it. Maybe if I need to, I'll come back to it. Lights go out, or well, whoever's up there, Phil Spencer, whoever.
Okay.
It's like, hey, we have another exciting partnership to announce. Lights go out. Screen's black. Screen comes up. It is the From Software logo. Some fucking nerdy ass song none of us recognize plays, but back home, More Scion bursts into tears because it's Armored Core and it's coming exclusively to Xbox. The next Armored Core is exclusive to Xbox. He can't fucking believe it. None of us care. A whole bunch of dork gamers do though, and holy shit, are they excited?
That's awesome.
That is like exactly
need
the
that.
type of exclusive they don't need. I feel like.
Now get the hardcore
More
gamers, get all the little
Oh my
niche audience,
God.
niche audiences in there.
Okay. So Oculus is not going to be at the show, right?
I don't know.
It's not going to be at E3. They're not going to E3.
Are they really
They don't
not?
have a booth. No.
Okay.
I mean, that's good. They should not.
Right.
They need to lay low for a little
Kinda.
while.
It's been a weird year for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Microsoft's VR stuff has been like hooked onto Oculus since, how do we think PSVR is done for Sony?
I mean, it's better than what they thought.
It's
Yeah.
done incredibly well.
Yeah.
So I kind of swing both ways on this one. I can kind of see them not mentioning Oculus at all, which is dangerous because it's their last time to talk to their consumers. PSX is obviously, Sony have 2 bites of the cherry with this stuff. But it's such a disastrous time for Oculus. I feel like Oculus would not want to talk about anything.
So what's your prediction?
My prediction is that they will mention it in like passing, like as part of the Scorpio reveal stuff.
Bullet points.
They will say yes. They will mention that VR support is going to be part, and we'll talk about it at a future time.
Okay.
That there won't be like a montage of here's all the VR
No
stuff
Halo
we're going to
VR.
be doing. Yeah, they'll mention that like in the same way you were saying, PlayStation 4 Pro works really good for VR and whatnot. That they'll allude to it, but they'll be very light on the details with VR.
I disagree. My prediction is that Xbox VR will be announced at E3. What better way to debut Xbox VR than with Project Scorpio? You got this new fancy console that runs really well. You got VR. VR has done really well for PlayStation. A lot of money is going into VR right now. It's like the new hot VC thing, right? Everyone's talking about VR and investing in VR, much like esports. But Xbox is already in esports. So they need to get into VR, and HoloLens is not it. HoloLens is not going to be a gaming thing. It's going to go to business. HoloLens is going to be strictly for the Microsoft side of things. So Xbox needs its headset, and its headset is Xbox VR. I don't know if that's the name of it,
Yeah.
but I really feel like
How about
now
Xbox One Elite VR?
now is the time for them to get into VR, because if they don't do it now,
Right.
then they're going to miss the boat. And
I
they're
kinda-
launching this
yeah.
brand new powerful console. It makes sense. Xbox
I mean,
I think
VR.
it's too late.
I would love to. I mean, that's a cool announcement, but I feel like it would just be muddy the water. I think they want to focus so much on Scorpio that launching another piece of hardware, in quotes, would be so tough.
Okay. You
It's
don't
a
have to
tough-
agree with me.
It's a tough one to balance, though, right?
I'm
Because, like,
discussing it with
if
you.
they don't do it now, when do they do it?
Yeah.
So it's like it's both the right time to do it and also the wrong time
Yeah.
to do it as well. It's like
I'm not sold on the whole VR being a success thing. I feel like in terms of making money for Sony, like I'm sure that it did and it worked for them. But like when you look at their lineup, and we'll see what they announce at the conference, but like there's nothing coming for
Right.
it. Like it had its launch
Did I
games.
just tell you about special delivery?
And okay,
Next
there's,
week.
there's the little things like that, but like there's not this like schedule of lineup of games coming out over this year, even like that. Even
Well,
in the
maybe they're
early, it's,
going to
like, far
announce them all at E3,
Maybe,
Tim.
maybe that's what I'm saying. But like, I don't think that they're gonna. So I don't know. I think that the VR thing was more of a PlayStation Move style. Like it's gonna be here for a second and then it's gone. Obviously, VR is here to stay in the grand scheme of things. But I think in terms of dedicated video game supports and it being like another pillar to
Right.
the big guys, I think that it's more on the like smaller niche gimmicky side than it is like full bore into it.
Cerebral bore.
All right, fine. That's fine.
new Turok.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
Gosh, please.
I'm gonna jump around here.
I have some good ones.
You know what? Fuck it. Cuphead.
Oh God.
No, damn it. That was my next one.
Yeah.
Canceled.
No. Cuphead release date.
I
When?
literally
fucking
wrote
better.
in my notes, shit or get off the pot.
And-
Totally,
and the Get Hyped moment available tonight.
Yes,
Oh.
I could totally see that. Yeah.
And like that, they.
Oh, I see. I
it'd
would.
be
I would.
so good.
I would caution you to take the get hype tag off it. Just put that in your real prediction, because that's actually a really good one.
Fuck it. Sure.
There you go. Good.
I'd be hyped about
Just
that.
cost them some points. Nah, I'm kidding. I hope they really do. That'd be awesome. That's a really good one. Where do I want to go next? Where do I want to go next? Where do I want to go?
I knew I should have kept my VR one.
You say you'll get them all. Don't worry about it.
There's a lot of empty space on that page.
There's none. It's jam packed with information.
Didn't think it showed the page.
Crackdown is just a trailer. It looks incredibly different, and everyone panics.
I totally agree. I think it's going to be very different than the last time we saw it. And do you think there's any release window?
Nope.
Really?
I think it would honestly be a real. I mean, because like I think it would be a hat in hand moment for them of like, hey, a lot of you asked about Crackdown. We're already excited to show it. It's not. We got off track. and we had to restart it, and the team back and wherever has been working really hard, and they're excited to show you what it is now.
I think it's going to be a Scorpio like launch title.
I feel like it has to be.
Yeah.
It kind of has to be.
And I'll double down on. Oh, sorry. Is it me now? Or
That was it. I'm done.
I'll just double down on that, and I think that they'll also announce Forza Motorsport 7 as a launch title.
Is that your
Scorpio.
prediction?
Yeah.
So you're saying Crackdown, and your prediction is 2 Scorpio launch titles.
What's my
Crackdown and
next
Forza.
one?
Am I taking 2 though?
Oh, no, I'm asking you. Oh, no, that's one prediction is what I was saying.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Both of it, yeah.
So your prediction is?
Both of the games will be launch titles.
Both of them will be launch titles. They'll show, you know, they need, like, Scorpio, if it's all about the graphics and running well, like, it's a no-brainer that the car game is the thing that they push it out there with. There's a long and storied history of Microsoft consoles getting shipped with sexy-looking car games. They totally need that. And, you know, it's a bit of a no-brainer. Turn 10 will trot it out.
Okay. So this one that I have, I don't think it's going to be exclusive, but we will see maybe a teaser trailer for Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Ooh.
right.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about
That's
that.
a really good one. Yeah.
So there was, I use leak in air quotes because somebody had their PowerPoint presentation
yeah.
open on a train like an asshole.
Yeah.
Somebody snapped a shot over his shoulder. He had a deck that said Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Obviously, you know, we know that something else is coming. So I think now is a good time to maybe do a teaser.
Yeah.
I don't think we get.
How long is it?
like, a
Yeah,
release
no,
window or
that
anything,
sounds
but-
about right because it was last year. The fall is when we got the definitive edition or whatever 10-year
PS4,
celebration,
yeah.
right? And so that meant a year before that. So yeah, that makes sense. That's good. That's good. I like that one.
Oh man,
Exciting.
trying to figure out the order of these guys. I'm just gonna drop it here. Borderlands 3 announced. Obviously not exclusive,
Well, it's already been announced.
but like more like detailed. Maybe like a trailer or something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
On
Interesting.
stage at Xbox.
On stage at Xbox, because yeah, that's. I don't think it would be anywhere else.
I feel like when they announced it and like, hey, we're casting for Borderlands 2 or whatever they said, they were looking for teammate. It seems so not that long ago. If that makes sense. It seems like it was so recent that said I would be interested to see how far along they are with that they're ready to do that. That's a good one.
I'm just thinking. I feel like Xbox not only needs its exclusives, but it also needs a presence during the event.
Well,
of,
and
like, of things that
Gearbox
people,
has been quiet for a
yeah,
while.
for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It feels right to me.
Let me see when that announcement was. I'm looking because now I want to know.
Sure. Yeah. It feels like it was recent, but it can't be that recent.
I don't know. I have to find it now.
But I'm talking about a proper announcement.
I know, no,
'Cause,
I-
like,
I'm not
there's so many
saying-
times games are announced, but they're like,
I'm not saying announced. I'm just now I'm trying to think about how far along the game would be in production, where it would be. But I guess it's been so long since Borderlands 2 too.
Yeah.
2 as well.
it's the next one, great.
All right. This is stick with me because it's gonna obviously this is gonna happen, but I mean like it's gonna happen. State of Decay 2 is gonna get a huge push. Like suddenly this is a AAA Halo push. Like that like State of Decay 1 beloved by fans like me, but super small team on Dead Labs, great folks up in Seattle. But I mean now they're gonna come out and it's gonna be State of Decay 2 is happening. It's awesome. Here's this giant thing. Like make a huge fucking deal about this game at the show in a way that State of Decay nobody ever did. State of Decay number 1 was like, oh, it's a cool zombie game we got. Anyways, let's talk about Halo and Gears and all this
Well, it's
stuff.
because Phil wore that T-shirt.
Right.
Now it's a big deal.
Exactly. Well, it's all they got. They're reaching back into the quiver and they got like 3 arrows clanking around.
Sea of Thieves. Okay. I'll buy it.
It's a pretty big outside bet, but I feel like if it was to pop up on any of the console manufacturers' stages, it might be too early to be doing this. But I think we could see a trailer or at least some sort of information about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds coming to consoles.
I think that's a good bet.
And that would be a nice get for Microsoft because they need to build that community around
Yeah.
it. And it's like, you know, they don't have that many. A lot of their online games, the Gears of War 4s and stuff haven't like latched onto people. And I think that's a really good like
That's a
transition.
smart one.
That's
That's a
a
really
good
smart one.
call.
But it might be a bit too early. I don't know.
For an
think
announcement,
That's the
you'd be
thing is
fine.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's too
yeah,
early
yeah.
to talk about it and like to kind of claim ownership over the brands that people think Xbox when they think about.
This is a game everybody's been excited about on PC, and we're happy to announce that we are working
Yeah.
right now to bring it to
Yeah.
Xbox.
Okay.
And it'll look better on Scorpio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many? We should take bets on how many times they're gonna mention that or
Yeah,
that comes
that
up.
phrasing.
Just make it a drinking game.
Yeah. Good lord.
How many times did they say Scorpio? They don't, because they announced the name of the new console.
Which is Xbox One.
Okay.
Xbox One, 2.
I think we will hear about Minecraft on stage.
Very safe.
Yeah, all right, all right. You get that point. I respect the game. I respect the hustle.
So I get press releases from Minecraft like every other week that say
Realms.
TLDR at the top of them, which I think is hysterical. But obviously this is a giant franchise for them. They spent
Right.
a lot of money. It makes them a lot of money still. Clearly it's going to be coming to Scorpio. If it's going to be a new iteration, if there's going to be something different that they're doing with it, I think they're going to announce something new
Right.
for Minecraft on stage at E3.
They kind of have to, right? Like they spend all that money.
Yeah, like $2 billion.
Right. So they need, yeah. It's funny. I was when we were preparing for this, I was like, "Oh, Switch! I'll do Minecraft," and it's already come out.
Yeah.
I don't even know. It came out like 2 weeks
Damn it.
ago or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, that's a good shout. What do you think it'll be like? Minecraft 2, or are we talking?
Isn't it that Realms shit that they got? I don't know Minecraft, so I'm not sure about this. But I remember last year they like really went into.
Yeah, so that was kind of like the worlds that they added. I don't actively play Minecraft. I don't think that it's going to be Minecraft 2. I think that would be really cool, but I think that goes against the entire community in the world that they've
Right.
Yeah,
created.
yeah.
I don't think that they would want to ask these millions and millions of players around the world to like move to a new thing. I think that's a living, breathing ecosystem, and that they're just going to add to it. I don't think they're going to make a new Minecraft.
Yeah.
Do they still have like really high concurrence on that? Like I have no visibility on Minecraft.
God, yeah.
Minecraft's huge. So, yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
If you ever want to get off those Minecraft emails, what happened to me is I got hit up like, "Hey, I'm the Minecraft PR person." I was like, "Awesome!" Like, "Hey, can we do a desk side visit?" I'm like, "I'll be honest, I only play on PlayStation Vita." Never one email again. Never got one email about Minecraft again.
This is our fourth, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. See, this is one that I don't have too much faith in, but I feel like it's time to be announced somewhere. And I think that Microsoft would do very well off having this. Rocksteady announces a new DC game.
Oh, doctor.
Get hype moment being Batman Beyond.
Jesus Christ.
They've
But
said that they're done working on Batman.
I know, but Batman Beyond is different.
That's
But honestly,
the thing. They're done with their Arkham universe.
Yes, there's
thing.
that. I think more likely would be a Justice League or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Just something DC, and like that would really. I think Microsoft having that sets up the Sony having Marvel,
Yeah.
Microsoft having DC
Right.
thing, which is why the Avengers thing that you brought up was interesting earlier about it being at Microsoft's, because that would be huge for them, and based off the Crystal stuff, that makes a lot of sense. But I can see them kind of trying to divide.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. Superheroes are so hot, and that would be, I mean, a reason for, I think, a lot of gamers get excited about Xbox One / Scorpio.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one, Tim. I like that.
Greg.
What are you thinking about? Think about your next one, real hard?
Yeah.
But Greg, question for you about the
Struggling a
Rocksteady
bit,
thing.
struggling.
If Rocksteady announces its game at E3,
Yeah.
do you think it'll be at Microsoft's, or where would that be?
It's a great question. You know what I mean? Like, they do have a relationship with Sony. The PlayStation VR deal. You know what I mean? That was Rocksteady proper. That was the guys. That was all the normal dudes in Sefton and whatnot.
Arkham Knight was at PlayStation, correct?
I want to say yes. That sounds right. That sounds right as well. But
feel
I mean,
like
this is the thing. Where I
Microsoft
think
needs it.
Microsoft's
need
got to
some
go really hard at it.
friendships.
Yeah, and especially if you do have Spider-Man there. My final prediction for Xbox's conference: Phil Spencer shocks the world and stays in one T-shirt under his blazer the whole time. Just one. Not going to do this whole thing. Not going to give into the internet memes. Not going to be changing it up.
All right.
Just here's what I'm wearing, and that's it.
That's kind of a lame prediction.
You know
I
what?
like it.
Andrea Renee, there are no lame predictions, just lame listeners.
Oh, okay.
If you're a listener at home, I'm pointing at her. I mean, she's being lame.
He's calling me a lame listener.
I'm glad you went for a lame prediction because I'm in the world of lame predictions right now. Okay, so Microsoft's biggest problem is that last year's, like, all the exclusive games they were pushing for the past couple of years either ended up being wet blankets or didn't come out. You know, between Scalebound and Recore and like even stuff like Gears
Quantum
4 was
Break.
good, right? And Quantum Break, like, I mean, Gears 4 was a good game, but it didn't light the world on fire.
Quantum Break was a good game, but it was too attached to that TV game
Right,
bullshit.
it had suffered from the same problem that Crackdown did, where it was made for a different machine and
Yeah,
and
different
it
era.
got pulled in a different way. So, I think they are going to have to announce a bunch of new games. I'm not sure if like the IP back catalog they have is good enough for like more sequels. Like I kind of worry about a Gears of War trilogy like I do about the second Halo trilogy, where like I don't know if they have that really rich stuff. So I think they're going to announce in some form 3 new IPs.
Whoa.
Okay.
Coming from
Okay.
yeah. And in some sort of, they have a lot of studios still working on stuff.
Like new franchises or games within an existing franchise?
I don't want to rule out the idea that they might reimagine a franchise that came out 15 years ago
Okay.
in some way, but like I think
Oh, they will.
right. But I think there will be, you know, non-sequel exclusive games announced for the Xbox One, but like a lot of them, like
Cool.
3 at least.
3 at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I was also gonna say
Vague as well.
I was also gonna say a new AAA IP is announced because they need one. But instead, so I'm toying with the idea. I have two.
I like this.
So I'm just gonna say that if it's taking one of yours, let me know.
Okay. It won't.
The first one is like a simple one that I think is like a no-brainer for them, which is you can bring your custom controller to the Scorpio.
Oh yeah.
They made a big
Okay.
push about making these customized controllers. It would not make sense if you could not use it on Scorpio. So I think that'll be like an easy.
I think all the
Yeah, I
any
think all-
Xbox One controller will work over on Scorpio.
Sure.
The real prediction is we get a teaser of the next Halo game
All right.
because we have to see Master Chief or
In some form.
something from 343. It's Xbox. They are synonymous. They go hand in hand. It's
Right,
E3.
right.
I don't think it's going to be a big trailer. I don't think it's going to be gameplay. I don't
It's
think
gonna be similar to the one where Chief was in the
poncho.
desert and had the poncho on, right?
That was when they
Correct.
announced 5.
Yeah.
So Halo's an interesting thing. Last week we had, or 2 weeks ago, we had Sean Finnegan and Halo, and Alfredo
Yeah.
here to talk about Halo, and we were talking about what we think is going to be shown. There's been a lot going on with 343 where they're talking about Halo 6 will not be at E3.
Right,
They
yeah.
confirmed that. They also confirmed they're not doing the Halo 3 10-year anniversary, which would go against what they've done with the 10-year anniversary of
Right.
2 and 1.
God, it's been 10 years. That's
10
so
years,
upsetting.
yeah. But they have Master Chief Collection, so
Right.
like they don't necessarily need to do that because that already kind of gave a lot of the upgrades that a new version would.
Halo Wars 3.
But well, I don't know Halo Wars, but they said that they are going to do something at E3. So my thing is, do we believe them? Like I'm kind of with you where it's like I can see them just announcing Halo 6,
Right.
like putting out some type of teaser. They said they're not going to, but people fucking lie all the time.
You have to.
Because
Can't be like, ah, you caught us. Yeah, we're gonna be there.
yeah, there's gonna be some Halo in some form, and that could be some HoloLens shit. It could be, if there is VR, some VR experience or whatever.
Ooh.
Halo VR, you
VR.
guys.
So I don't
Just
know.
saying, it could be a thing.
It could. It definitely could. But I don't think we're gonna see Halo 6, and I think that's sad because they should. But whatever. My prediction: Microsoft needs some big shit, and without Halo or Gears, they're lacking in that like exclusive, huge shooter.
And I almost feel like Halo or Gears isn't enough anymore. Like,
I think Halo still
Halo
is.
might be, yeah.
Like the Halo's not what it used to be, but it's still leagues above in terms of sales. a lot
Well,
of
losing
the,
the
other
partnership
properties.
with Call of Duty, I think, really hurt them.
Absolutely. And also PlayStation 4 is just kind of meteoric rise over the Xbox One in terms of sales. So it's just like that, a lot of the third parties and stuff, that makes sense. But with Scorpio, they need to have some huge deal of this is an exciting thing to get PlayStation 4 gamers to buy an Xbox One. So I think that it is the Hail Mary because there's not much that they have. Perfect Dark.
Yeah. Does Perfect Dark carry the same?
I
No.
think that it could.
No,
I think
this new generation does not even know what Perfect Dark is.
but I think it's a perfect time to. It's a cool ass like franchise, and I think that while the last one was not good, I think that it's been long enough that they don't need to listen to any pre-existing things, and I think that they can Tomb Raider it in a lot of ways.
Okay.
And bring it back and make a huge deal out of it and make people care. And I think that it could set itself apart from a lot of the other shooters that we have going on.
Time Splitters gets announced at the Sony
Oh my
conference.
God, that would be Crash Bandicoot levels for me of just a new fucking time splitter. Are you kidding me?
You should just put a new show idea.
Okay,
you put Tim in like when they have those shows where like you live in the 70s again and everything's the 70s. Just put him in a room in like 2000 and like 1999, 2000.
Yeah,
perfect.
I'm totally into it.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah, but I think that they need to come back with some stuff, and like they just don't have too many like big surprise things that they can come back with. Because the new IPs, they definitely need new IPs, but I don't think that it's going to be a new IP that really converts a lot of people to the Scorpio. So I think
and you think Perfect Dark is going to be the IP that converts people.
I think that it is way more when they don't have a Halo.
They have nothing like
when they don't have a Halo.
I think you're crazy. I think there's so many gamers who have no idea what that game is. Like Tomb Raider is different because Tomb Raider is a gigantic IP that everybody knows. Even if you don't play video games, you know Tomb Raider.
Yeah, but Perfect Dark, even if you didn't play it growing up, you've heard about it. You've heard like there's a historic legacy to it that even if you don't know that
we should do a Twitter poll right now and see how many people have heard of Perfect Dark.
The argument that I would make is that there's so many people that even if they didn't hear about it, the moment that they heard about it and everyone else is making a big deal, they're going to be like, oh shit, and they're going to fake and act like they
I think we've been burned by that. Because the 360 Perfect Dark and then the other Perfect Dark.
Well, that was it.
That was it?
I'm sorry. Then they did like remake.
So you were burned by both of them is what you're saying?
Perfect Dark 1 was awesome.
To me, Perfect Dark was one of those games that like people who didn't own a PC thought was good. Like,
here we go.
Guys are crazy.
That's like,
oh my God.
It was like
Perfect Dark. The problem was it was just trying. I'm talking N64 Perfect Dark. Was just trying to chase what GoldenEye was.
Right.
And by the time it got there,
oh my God,
it just wasn't as good as GoldenEye.
PC gamers thought the same thing about GoldenEye.
There was no odd job.
You were so. There was Elvis, the alien.
Yeah, I know. I remember him.
Oh my God.
Sorry to break your heart, but I mean,
you're crazy. But I also think that like. With the political climate we're in now, Joanna Dark being a female protagonist, games these days, like that, it's on trend. I think that this makes a lot of sense. And I think that it could compete not with the Halos, but it could be more on the like Horizon level of properties for Xbox. And I think that is an exciting announcement when they don't really have much.
You know, I mean, with this argument, they should just bring Wet. They should buy Wet.
Wet 2. Wetter.
No, you don't call. Yeah, Wetter. That's a better one.
I feel like they don't know what they're doing with their old licenses, like even Dead Rising. Like in a time where they didn't have that many exclusive like things to really cherish, they kind of dropped the ball on Dead Rising. Like it was a fine game, but they're beyond the point of needing fine
you can't have fine games when
No.
that's all that's coming out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, now that we're done with predictions on Xbox, is there any last statements on Xbox?
Yes, I think we'll hear more about the Xbox Game Pass.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's a cool thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna hear a lot about it. Actually, I think they'll spend as much time talking about it as they did about backwards compatibility a couple of years ago, and I think that they're going to knock it out of the park.
They're going to bring some really big titles to Game Pass because as much as I think, the games with gold and the PlayStation Plus free games every month are a fantastic added value to your subscription, I think a lot of the games they bring to those programs are so old that it doesn't even matter that you get them for free because no one really wants to play them anyway. I think they're going to bring some really good recent games, they're exclusives to the Game Pass that will incentivize people to buy.
You mean really big games like the Master Chief Collection with Scorpio support? Because that would fucking kill.
Yeah, it absolutely would.
That's their Halo
smart
game then.
Yeah, I mean honestly, that I could totally see that happen.
All right. They're going to come out, they're going to talk hardware straight away. It's going to be 15 minutes of this is the score. I mean, that's what they need to do, and then they need to talk about games. Like, if that's not the way this goes down, then they're in big trouble. This is kind of like a last swing for them, for this generation.
Yeah.
Like, they need to pull momentum in the opposite direction.
Absolutely. What's up, guys? That was fun. If you want more kind of funny games, click there to subscribe. If you want other stuff, you can click there to subscribe to youtube.com/kindoffunny. You can support us on Patreon right there. And over here, if you click on this, you'll have to find out what happens. Is it Kevin's little belly button? It's not. I was going to say butthole.